How are all of you? I'm just waiting for everybody to join and then we'll begin today's session. Hi everyone, how are you doing today? Hello to my YouTube family as well. Hi Gaurav. All right, the batch that you have is full. All right, Gaurav, let me check. Hi Arun, hello Simran. How are all of you doing today? How have you been? How's your preparation going? How's your IELTS prep? Going well. That's great. Lovely to hear. Hi Lalita. Yes, I'm also doing well. I've been keeping well. Fortunately, yes. Oh my God, Nalamothu has tested positive. Okay. So sorry to hear that, Nalamothu. Take care, drink a lot of fluids, and I hope you get well super soon. All right. Shubham wants to know, will the class be similar to the crash course class? So no, today we are going to do something different. We'll look at speaking part 2, and I will try at the end to allow some of you to speak as well. All right, Shiva has his speaking test tomorrow. All the very best, Shiva. Do let us know what were the topics. All right, great. So yes, the batch, we are adding a few more seats. So worry not. We are going to accommodate all of you. Hi, Maulik. Sukhmeet as well has his speaking test tomorrow. Okay, so I think tomorrow is the speaking test date for a lot of us. In that case, today's session could be useful for you. Same here, Pallavi. I'm also doing well. A little bit scared. Why, Amanjot? Why are you scared? Do you also have your exam tomorrow? Latest book for Cambridge, for academic exam by Cambridge, Vanshika. Cambridge 16 is the latest one, which launched in 2021. So we are yet to get Cambridge 17. So till then, you can solve Cambridge IELTS 16 book. Oh, Maulik, depressed is such a strong word to use. Do not worry, don't panic. I'm here with you and we'll try to increase our confidence, especially for part 2. Definitely, Madan, I will be telling you that as well. All right, next week is your exam. So that's all right, Amanjot. We still have time to prepare. Shine also has her speaking test tomorrow. Okay, so yes, definitely tomorrow is a heavy IELTS test date. Okay. All right, great. So yes, let's begin today's topic since all of these people have their exam tomorrow and they're very anxious, very nervous. So we are going to quickly begin. Let's begin without further ado. Okay. So yes, quick introduction. My name is Tiksha Mehta. I work with LeapScholar and I am trained by British Council and IDB for teaching the IELTS exam in India. Moving forward, today we are going to look at the speaking module, especially part 2 of the exam. And before we move forward, wanted to inform you there is going to be a giveaway in the session today. At the end of the session, I will be giving you a list of something. So it's going to be free and I'll be giving it away for all of you. So stay till the end so that you can get the link for it. All right. I hope you're excited to know what that giveaway is. No, it's not a crash course. So yes, crash courses are also currently free, but that is not what the giveaway is. Okay, yes. So keep guessing till then. Let's move to part 2. Now, some of us are beginners here. So first question for everyone. Do you know what part 2 of the exam is? Do you know very well what happens there? Are you sure? All right, Mugdha. Yes, no, yes, no. It's a monologue. Absolutely correct. So yes, let me quickly, just in 1 minute, I will explain what part 2 is. Part 2, yes, it is called a monologue. True. Why is it called a monologue? Because only one person speaks in this part. And sadly, that person is going to be you only, not the examiner. So you will be the entire burden of keeping the conversation going in this part rests on your shoulders. So you are the only person who's going to speak. The examiner will not interact. He will not talk. He will not speak. So only you will be speaking. Now, that is what intimidates a lot of people, that how am I supposed to speak continuously for 2 minutes? Well, you don't have to continuously speak for 2 minutes non-stop. You can pause to catch a breath. So you can take normal, regular length pauses in between. Just like I am pausing, I'm not speaking non-stop, am I? I'm taking quite a lot of pauses today. So that is regular speech. You can also pause in that way to recollect your thoughts. Okay. Now, what happens in part 2? You will be given 1 minute to prepare before you speak. Isn't that a godsend? You are being given 1 minute to recollect your thoughts, to think about what you want to say. And you are also allowed to take some notes on a rough paper. So you get a paper and pencil, and they're allowing you all of this. Isn't that amazing? Who does that in an exam? Who allows you time to, think before you speak? Even life doesn't do that, right? Okay. Now, after this 1 minute is over, the examiner will tell you that your 1 minute is over and you can begin talking now. So that is when you need to start talking, and you need to speak for around 2 minutes, as close to 2 minutes as possible. While speaking, you can occasionally look at your notes, Sukmeet. Occasionally. But you can't read from them continuously. So please keep that in mind. All right. Now, I said that you have to speak for 2 minutes. But do you know that you're not allowed to take a watch inside the speaking test room? Oh no, Rabbit, don't worry. I just did it for extra effects. Definitely, Savan. So not just the list, I will discuss the list as well, Savan. So yes, as I said, you are not allowed to wear a watch. So then how exactly do I know that my 2 minutes are over? If I'm not allowed to wear a watch and there is no clock inside, so how do I know how long have I spoken for? What do you think? So the truth is that you wouldn't know how much you've spoken, how long you've spoken for, which means you need to make a guess of the timing of how much time has elapsed. So now when you're guessing how much time has passed, two scenarios could happen. Either you will speak for less than 2 minutes, or you will speak for more than 2 minutes, right? So let's understand both of these scenarios. What about the first one? Do you think the first scenario is good? Less than 2 minutes? No, that is a bad, it is definitely a negative thing. If you're not speaking for 2 minutes, think about it. 2 minutes is a really small duration. So if you're speaking for less than that time, the examiner does not have enough speech to assess you, right? So less than 2 minutes is a really bad thing. What about more than 2 minutes then? Is that a good thing or a bad thing? The second scenario, more than 2 minutes, good or bad? So yeah, definitely. Now the truth is it's neither good nor bad. I won't say that it's good, but this is neither good nor bad. See, it's not, I wouldn't say it's good because you're not getting extra marks just because you're speaking for more than 2 minutes. Right? So think about, look at both of these comments that I've made. Bad, and the second scenario is neither good nor bad. So if I gave you a choice, which side would you choose? Bad or neither good nor bad? The second one, right? The one which is neither good nor bad, which is neutral. It is still better than being in the wrong side, right? So a good idea in part 2, how to keep a track of time, is simply to not keep a track of time. Just continue speaking till the time the examiner stops you. The moment you speak, you cover 2 minutes, let's say you've gone for 2 minutes, 5 seconds, or 2 minutes, 10 seconds, the examiner will ask you to stop. So might as well do this, isn't it? Just continue speaking till he asks you to stop. Now, another problem that a lot of us face is not being able to speak for 2 minutes, isn't it? The timing is the first problem that we have. It is our Achilles heel, isn't it? So now what to do? How do I speak for 2 minutes? So yes, when you're practicing at home, or when you're practicing on, let's say, on our application, or in the speaking club that we have, or when you're practicing with your friend, make sure that you aim to speak for at least 2 minutes, 30 seconds at home. If you aim for 2 minutes, 30 seconds, you will automatically not be able to speak that long. And what will happen is you'll speak a little less, around 2 minutes. Right? So that prepares you for the test day. It prepares you, it pushes you, motivates you in the test day to speak for at least 2 minutes. Now, how do I speak for this 2 minutes and 30 seconds? It is easier said than done. I'm not sure, Shambhavi, how many sentences would 2 minutes cover? That's going to be different for everybody. My speech rate is different. Maybe yours is faster than mine or slower than mine. So it would differ. And honestly, even if you count, let's say we count the number of sentences. Let's say that I know I speak 30 sentences in 2 minutes. It is not realistic to count your sentences while speaking. In the exam, will you sit and do one? My favorite book is 2, number 3. It's not realistic at all. So let's not look at tips which are not realistic. This is not realistic. We're not going to follow these tips, which are, really difficult to follow. In my exam, I would rather have my entire focus on the content and not on the timing. Forget the timing. Just keep speaking till the examiner stops you. That's the best thing. All right. Okay, Rose. Rose doesn't like pink. I'll make it red. So yes, moving forward now, how do I speak for 2 minutes? How do I expand? The problem is that a lot of us get stuck at 1 minute. We are barely able to speak for a minute. How do we increase our content? Nikita, that will definitely decrease your band score. Very good, Ayushi. Absolutely correct. Again, easier said than done. It comes with a lot of practice and a lot being the main word, a lot of practice. You can see that I've written a lot in capitals and just practice in regular, in small case, right? So the key is a lot of practice. There is no substitute to practice, my dear. If somebody says that this hack will make you speak better in 10 minutes, this hack is a 1 minute hack, they're lying, right? The only person who can make you speak better without practice is God, right? So either you just pray and leave everything to him or you do a lot of practice. All right. Now, when you're practicing, how else? What can I do to again increase my timing, increase my content? How do I? Yes, how do I do that? Of course, I'm going to speak the truth. I'm not going to be diplomatic, right? Very good. So yes, there are a few strategies which will improve your content, your amount of content, which is what we call the 5 wives and 1 husband method, which is simply answering the 5 WH questions and 1 H question. So here they are. These are the questions: what, where, when, who, why, and how. So whenever you are given a cue card, make sure you answer these questions. Extra amount of information is given while answering the cue cards so that your content increases. Perfect. The second thing, when you're making notes, do not write sentences. Make sure you write in bullet points only. Why bullet points? Because it'll be quicker. Otherwise, a minute is a really small amount of time. So it's going to finish before you even thought about what to write. The first 15 seconds, sadly, we are just wondering what to write. We are thinking, should I talk about this book, or should I talk about this teacher, or should I talk about this photographer? Right? So by the time you're deciding, the minute is over. So don't waste any time. Jump straight to these questions, start answering them. Write something on the paper that is going to be a lifesaver when you start speaking. All right. Now, how to make notes? Yes, you can make a mind map. You can quickly just, in bullet points, you can make a mind map like that. Just organize your notes better so that you don't get lost in your notes. Otherwise, you will be lost. Where have I written what? On which point am I? How do I understand? Right? So you can quickly draw a mind map to organize your notes better. All right. Now, the next question before we look at the cue cards is, how do I begin? Because all of us want to begin with a catchy sentence. We want to begin with a hook line. We want to begin with an interesting piece of information, or a proverb, or a quote, right? Don't we? We want the introduction or the beginning to be interesting, which is a good idea, which is a great idea. But do not spend 1 minute just thinking about how I'm going to begin, right? Leave that. Leave, I'm sorry to say this, but forget the interesting part. Don't spend 1 minute just thinking about how I'm going to begin. How do I make it interesting? That would be improperly utilizing your time. So if in that moment that cue card is already known to you, or if you quickly can, think of some quote by some person which is interesting, you can definitely quote it. Otherwise, the best and the simplest, quickest way of beginning is to just take the question and paraphrase it. So just pick the question as it is and use that. Use synonyms to replace the words. Don't repeat the words from the question, right? So for example, if the question says, describe a beautiful place to visit in your country, what can you say? I am going to talk about a stunning. So instead of beautiful, I've mentioned stunning. Or I can say, let's say, a breathtaking, or let's say an absolutely wonderful, right? So use another synonym. Instead of place, I've written destination. Now, what I've done is I have described that destination in just a small sentence. I've used a relative pronoun, a relative clause, to add more information. So I'm going to talk about a stunning destination which people can travel to in the northeast of India, which is Meghalaya, right? Or which is Imphal, the capital of, let's say, Meghalaya, right? No, I think another state. Sorry, apologies for my bad geography. Yes. Hi, Parth. Yes. Okay. So simply the best, quickest manner to begin, paraphrase the topic. For example, if the topic says, let's say, give me another topic. If the topic says describe, let's say, the 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 food that you like the most, right? So simply, what am I going to do? I'm going to pick these words, I'm going to change them, and I'm going to say, although, let's say, although I am a foodie and I've tried many different cuisines, right? The dish I enjoy the most is, for example, butter chicken, right? So look at the synonyms. What have I done? I've replaced the food with dish, and instead of like the most, I've written enjoy the most. Perfect. So I have just simply paraphrased the question. All right. This is a very good, this is the perfect, starting sentence. You can just, and honestly, just look at this opener. You can use it anywhere. Although I am a dash and I've tried many dash, continue. Think about it. It can be used in any topic. let's change the topic and see if it works. If I change the topic and say describe, for the spelling, describe a person who clicks beautiful pictures, for example. Describe a person that you know who clicks beautiful pictures, right? Let's say that this is the question. I can use the same sentence starter, the same opener for this question. I can say, although I am, let's say, I am very fond of art. Let's say art and paintings. And I have seen and I've been to many exhibitions. The photographer I like the most is, and you can just put the name, right? So can you see that this sentence opener works for every cue card? And the best part, grammatically, it's a complex sentence. So you're getting good marks on vocabulary, you're getting good marks on grammar, and it's quick. You are not going to spend any time. The moment I give you the cue card, you can begin. You'll just quickly start speaking, right? So this is a 10 on 10 on every aspect. Perfect. 100 on 100 in all assessment criterias. Okay, great. Now let's move forward and let's begin today's session, which is on cue cards. So we are going to begin looking at cue cards today. And I will also show you a sample towards the end, a sample answer, a good sample answer, right, for one of the cue cards. Here is my first cue card. It says, describe a skill you learned in your childhood. You should say who taught you the skill, what skills they taught you, and why do you think it is an important skill. Perfect. Perfect, Ayushi. That is also a good starter. Perfect. Yes, healthcare. It is imperative that you address all the bullet points. If you miss out a bullet point, you will lose your marks. Okay. All right. Can I change the cue card? I'm afraid not, Rose. Sorry, but that is not an option. Okay. Yes, Parsh, it's correct. All right. Now let's understand. First things first, which questions about from the 5 W's and 1 H are missing? Which of those questions are missing? So we have who, we have what and why. What are the questions are missing? Yes, Abdul, yes. Perfect. So we have 3 questions missing, which, apologies, which are when and where. So when and where did you learn the skill? And the last one, who, what, when, where, why, how, right? How, let's say, how did you learn it? Or if not this, then talk about how has it proven to be useful. All right. Okay. So what skill would you talk about? A skill is something that you acquire that is useful, right? So for example, painting, drawing, dancing, singing, cooking, driving, definitely. I think, okay, somebody said swimming. Stitching is also a good one, yes. So I think stitching is very interesting. But since I can't stitch, I'm not going to choose that. What else can you suggest? Skating, yes, I can skate, but it might be difficult for me to answer the last question. How has it proven to be useful? Yes, I think I'll go with swimming. Right? Swimming sounds like you would have a lot of content to talk about. Perfect. So I'm going to pick swimming. And let's quickly, think about what would we talk about. So first of all, who taught you the skill? So I need to talk about who. Let's say I can say my father. But is that it? Am I just going to give a one-liner answer that, my father taught me the skill? Is that it? Are you going to just, answer the question in a sentence? How can I add more to this question? Who taught you the skill? What piece of information can I add? Very good, Akshi. Excellent. She says you can describe your father a little bit and his swimming skills, isn't it? So my father, who was a, or sorry, who is a national level swimmer, right? Taught me how to swim, right? So I've added one piece of information about my father also. Okay, perfect. Next question. What skills did they taught you? So talk about, you can, say he taught me many skills. For example, he taught me cycling, just like any other regular superhero dad. He taught me a lot of skills such as cycling, driving, climbing. But the one that I like the most, or the one that is closest to me, or the one that I enjoy doing the most is swimming. Perfect. Then next, when and where did you learn it? So what do you think? Where does someone learn swimming? In a pool, but then I wouldn't have any content to talk about. So let's make it a little different. I'm going to say that, let's say, usually people learn how to swim in a pool, but that is not what happened with me. And my father, who was, let's say, who was not a follower of regular things, he decided to do something unique, and he taught me swimming in, let's say, a well, or in an actual lake, or in a river, right? So I learned it in a small river. You can even describe the river, right? In a small river near my hometown. Describe the river a little more. Let's say a small, pristine river near my hometown. All right. Okay. So when I was, sorry, when I was just let's say, I think 7 years old, and on the first day of my summer vacations. Now, how else can I describe this, expand this a little more? When did he teach me? How do I expand this a little more? Simple. I said it's the first day of my summer vacations. I can expand that area a little. So on the first day of my summer vacations, since it was a scorching hot day, scorching hot summer day, or blistering hot day, or it was hot and humid, and we decided to take a dip in the nearby river. Perfect. Next question says, why do you think it's an important skill? So here I can talk about the usefulness of swimming. I can say that it's one of the life skills that everyone should have. It can save you from imminent death in case you are ever lost at sea, or in case you're ever in danger at sea, right? So you can talk about the usefulness of swimming. All right. And the last question that I have, how did you learn it? Or you can say, how has it proven to be useful? So I will cover this one. How has it proven to be useful? Now, think about it. What can I do to really expand my speech? Any guesses? Perfect. Very good. Some really good ideas in the chat box. So somebody said, I once saved a drowning child. I won the first prize. I also entered national level swimming competitions. Okay. And somebody said that I saved a dog from drowning. Definitely. Perfect. So what are all of these? You're all saying these things. What are all of these? These are personal life experiences or examples. These are stories which can really be expanded, right? I can begin from scratch. And say, once it proved to be really useful for me. So while I was in my village on a, let's say, on a cold winter morning, I saw a dog drowning in the river, and immediately I jumped in the pool, or jumped in the river, and managed to save the dog. That day, I realized that my father had bestowed upon me a blessing in disguise. He had given me the opportunity to be a lifesaver. And that day, that is when I decided that I want to be, let's say, a certified, what do you call it? A certified a diver or a certified um, swimming coach, right? So that I can help other people or save any mishaps from happening. Certified swimmer. All right. Yes. So this was a really good. The last bullet point was again an opportunity for me to lifeguard. Yes. Thank you for giving me the word. Yes. It just went out of my mind, I couldn't think about that word. So yeah, it can happen that you're speaking in the exam and suddenly you forget such a simple word, lifeguard. So what do? Simple, what did I do? I just used another word. I said diver. The examiner doesn't know, right? All right. So yes, the last bullet point gave me a chance to talk about another story and I grabbed it. Right? I grabbed it with both my hands. You also must do it. Whenever you see there's a bullet point like that, for example, this one, which allows you to really speak, just quickly jump on that bullet point and create a story. It doesn't have to be true. There is no assessment criteria which says that the experience has to be true. That is not there, right? Okay, let's move to the second cue card that we have for the day. The second cue card that I have says, describe an occasion. Sorry, that's not it. Describe something you enjoyed doing with a group of people. So something, it could be an activity. I think, yes, it's going to be an activity. You should say what it was, where you did it, who you did it with, and why did you like it. Before we discuss this cue card now, I have something to quickly show you. So here it is, and that is my batch. So if you are an advanced level learner of English, and if you are going for the IELTS test, you can join my batch, which starts on the 7th of February for free, only for today. Now, how can you get this batch for free? Just click on the link which I've sent you and log in with your phone number. Once you log in with your phone number, you will see the price for the batch says 0, and you'll be able to get the batch. The code is already pre-applied, DM live. All right, so you don't have to copy the code. It's already applied in the link. Just click on the link and log in with your phone number. You'll be able to get any one batch for free. Now, let's understand what all do you get with this batch. You're going to get 20 live classes by yours truly, me. All 4 modules will be covered. So I'll cover listening, then reading, speaking, and then writing. Every Saturday will be a mock test so that you can assess how close you are to your required band. Additionally, in this mock test, there are going to be 3 writing mocks so that you can get 3 of your writings evaluated by me. On top of that, you get 3 speaking evaluations as well. So these evaluations are going to be one-on-one. I will show you a live example of it right now in the next cue card, where I'll unmute one of you and you can, practice part 2 tomorrow. Sayyida, it's asking money, then you haven't logged in with your phone number. If you don't log in with your phone number, it's going to show that it's not free. It's going to show the code is invalid. So please ensure that you log in. All right. Now, recordings of all live sessions will also be there in case you miss any class by error. Along with that, since grammar is very important, we saw that yesterday, you also are going to have access to grammar classes daily. So we have 10 topics which should be brushed before you go for your IELTS exam. And these 10 topics will be covered. Along with that, daily you are going to have a doubt solving session, which you can join if you have any doubts. All right. And if you feel that you're not an advanced level learner, you're a beginner, you need to learn from scratch. Here we have a class specially for beginners as well. This is going to be by Ms. Kapoor. And here you will learn everything from scratch, including a little bit of English as well. So this also you can get for free. Just you need to click on the link, log in, and that's it. Click on register now. If these timings do not suit you, because my class timings are a little late in the evening, it's 10 p.m. If that is not okay with you, we do have more classes as well. So there are a lot of different batches by different instructors. You can choose any one batch to get it for absolutely free, 0 rupees. If you do not log in, you won't be able to get it for free. So remember, only once you get the OTP on your phone will it show that it's for free. All right. Can I join these if I am a general IELTS student? Yes, you can. Although they are focused on academic, but you can join these as well. All right. See, it's free, so might as well, join that and do the remaining 3 batches, the remaining 3 modules, which are same for everyone. So yes, Krishna, as I said, that the grammar topics will also be there. So yes, the course includes grammar classes as well. You don't have to, get anything extra. All right, now I can see so many messages by everyone saying that I can't get it for free. Let me answer it for you once and for all, that you need to log in with your phone number. Unless you log in, you won't get it for free. So I hope with this big announcement, log in with your phone number to get it for free. I hope now it is clear why you're not getting the batch for free. All right, so please log in, everyone. Any browser will do, Niharika, it doesn't matter. If you have already taken one batch for free, then yes, you will have to change the phone number. Only one free batch with one phone number. So if you have already taken one batch, or if you are already enrolled in one batch, just use another phone number, borrow your sister or brother's phone. All right. Now, the code is DM Live. Okay, you can use the code DM Live. Okay. So yes, coming back to the cue card, since a lot of you have your exams tomorrow, this is the cue card that we left on. Describe something you enjoyed doing with a group of people. So think about what activities can be done in a group. What activities are usually done in a group? Honestly, so many. You can go hiking. You can even do swimming in a group. Why not? Right? I can definitely swim in a group. Okay, so hiking, camping, swimming, why not? A book club, what an interesting suggestion, why not? All right, football, okay, yes, playing football. Debate, yes, joining a debating society, all right. Okay, great. So we have a lot of different options. Now take a minute to prepare some notes on this, and just we'll have someone come and speak on this topic, all right? Okay, so go ahead, everyone. You have 1 minute. I'll just randomly unmute you. So it could be you. Be prepared. All the best, LA, the Saturnian. All right, Raj, just, you can enroll in another batch in that case. Definitely, Tony. All right, the seats are full. We are adding a few more. We are again opening a few more seats, Raj, so you can just wait for a minute and you can then enroll.
Ma'am,
all right.
Am I
Yes.
audible?
Yes, I can hear you.
Ma'am, it's not full yet. It's still open. Yeah.
Great, great. Okay, so Anirudh is prepared. Let's have Anirudh come and speak with us. Hi, Anirudh, how are you?
Fine, ma'am. Thank you.
Great. I hope you're not nervous.
No, ma'am. No, I'm fine.
Awesome. All right, go ahead, Anirudh. You can begin.
Yes, so I would like to describe a time where I enjoyed with a group of people, and that was when I went trekking to the Himalayas a couple of years back. So we went trekking and mountaineering together as a group of around 18 people. And we went through Delhi, Amritsar, and a couple more cities before we could finally begin the ascent. And it was in Himachal Pradesh, a place called Sarkundi Pass. We did it with a couple of school friends, and the rest of it was organized as a part of a local camp that we had here in Mysore. And it was a 10-day program in which we went through different mountains, and we came down through a pass, and there was a lot of glaciers there as well. So it was a very fun, new, exciting experience for South Indian, as we don't see snow very often. And it was really nice hanging out in the open without digital devices, without signals, and just being in tune with the nature. A lot of new experience that we learned. I enjoyed it immensely because it was something out of the blue, out of the ordinary for me, and it was not something habitual that you usually do. And when we came back, it was a lot of fun to share it with the others as well. And we also have plans to do it again very soon.
All right, excellent, Anirudh. Thank you so much for having the courage and coming here and speaking. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. So how did you like it, everyone? Let me see your wonderful compliments for Anirudh. Excellent, awesome, amazing. Deserves a band 8. I think more, isn't it? Definitely, he deserves more. Amazing, very nice, spoke well. Awesome, great flow. Wow, I can see some hearts also, Anirudh, for you in the comment section above the mark. Yes, I wish you could read all of these comments. Let me see. And, all right, I've switched it to everyone, so you'll be able to see them as well. I can see a lot of hearts, Anirudh. Yes, wonderful, superb, definitely. So yes, what was the best part about his speech? The best part was definitely his confidence, the rate of speech. Isn't it the fluency? Were there any fillers? Did he have any filler at all? Did he say like even once? Did he say actually, basically, any of these ones? Not at all. Right? So I think that was definitely the best part. Perfect. He can now read all of the comments. Thank you so much, everyone. Oh, wow. Abdul's written a really long word that I can't pronounce. The consistency throughout, yes. Wonderful. Another thing was the grammar. I think his grammar was very strong. He has a really good grasp over grammar, isn't it? That is something that you can't achieve overnight. Yes, Deep, coming to that. Okay, now let's see one thing which went, okay, I won't say went wrong because it was too good, right? I won't say one thing that went wrong. I'll say one thing that needs work. What is it? What is that one thing that needs work? Did you notice? The timing, exactly, Lakshay, perfect. So he spoke for how long? It was 1 minute and 15 seconds. So only the timing needs to be extended a little more. We need to add 45 seconds. The bullet points were mostly covered. So what he could have elongated, well, he did describe a lot of things that he did. He saw glaciers, had a lot of fun, saw snow. But if you think about what all you did there, let's say the question, what all he did there, maybe you can talk about 2 to 3 activities that you did. Describe those activities a little. So we saw snowfall for the first time. And what did you do in the snow? We built a snowman. We had a snow fight, isn't it? We really enjoyed with the snow. We also created, let's say, an ice cream out of it, out of the shavings, right? So 2 to 3 activities. Also, he's talking about cold weather. So cold weather is incomplete without what? Incomplete without? Who can tell me? Maggie, yes. So food, right? Maggie, tea, food. Talk about all the delicious hot hypothermia, right? No, delicious hot snacks that you had. You can add those snacks. Why? Just because I need 45 more seconds, isn't it? So yes, definitely, I think he can get even above a band 8 if and only if he manages to expand his answer. If he speaks for a longer duration, why not? Definitely. Okay. Now, apart from that, a couple of years back, small error, not back. A couple of years, who can tell me? A couple of years. Very good. Excellent. A go. Perfect. High five, everyone. Now, next thing, a lot of one word slightly repeated was a lot. So we saw a lot of glaciers, had a lot of fun, a lot of new experience, right? So instead of lot of, you can change it. Use another word. You can say we saw numerous glaciers. We had, let's see, we immensely enjoyed. So instead of a lot of fun, you can say we immensely enjoyed the experience. We had a lot of new experiences. So again, you can say we, instead of a lot now, you can say we learned multiple things, or we tried multiple new things, or we had multiple experiences, did several activities, definitely. Countless, yes. Plenty of, manifold, all right, yes. So you can use just, that was the only repetition that happened. Okay, I think that was a very good example. Thank you so much, Anirudh, for joining us and giving us that beautiful example. Now moving forward and talking about the sample that I wanted to share with you. This is the cue card. Describe a novel you enjoyed reading. Okay, so it asks you to talk about a book that you read. When and where did you read it? Who gave it to you? And why did you like it? Okay, now let's look at a sample answer for this. Here is my sample. So you can see a lot of good words, a lot of great vocabulary used here. Let's see. Well, I consider myself to be a voracious reader and I've read many books, but my favorite novel is indubitably The Godfather, written by Mario Puzo, a well-known novelist, right? So you can see a lot of great vocabulary in this sample answer. So you can see caught my eye, then there's stumbled upon, widely acclaimed, contemporary literature, then the story appealed to me, then a little description of what the story is about as well. So that's a good way of how you can answer the cue card, which asks you to talk about a novel. Okay. Now moving forward to the giveaway that I promised you, which was a list. And what do you think? What list can you need in the speaking exam? All right, a list of uncommon words. Okay. But is that a good way of learning uncommon words? No. Why? Because you will be cramming those, you will be, trying to practice rote learning. So you won't remember them and you won't be able to utilize them. How do you learn new words? Best way is to read them in some article or in some place being used, right? So don't cram them. So what could it be? A list of, think about it. What else do you need in the speaking exam? Cue cards I already gave you. So a list of synonyms. So what to use instead of, let's say, instead of simple words, which you would need. For example, a picture. What can I say? If I saw a picture, I can say I saw a movie, film, right? So words like those. Let me quickly share the link with you. All right. Let me quickly give you the link for that. Okay. Do download it. Give it a read. I think it can be very beneficial. I put it in the chat box for all of you to access. Okay. And once again, before I finish, I quickly wanted to remind you that my batch is still open and seats are still available. And I would love to see you in my batch. So do join it for absolutely free. Just you need to use the code DM Live and of course log in with your phone number. Without that, it doesn't make any sense. And you'll be able to join me. So I hope to see you all on 7th of February at 10 p.m. Okay. And thank you so much, all of you, for joining me. Remember, I am going to be here live again tomorrow at 6 p.m. So see you again tomorrow. And till then, bye-bye. Do click on the like button. See you soon.